Hey, welcome to the Friday Members Choice Build here on Bearded Veteran Creates, and all of a sudden I've grown. My camera was too low.
Matron, as a person.
Hello. Hello, gentlemen.
G'day. Ahoy.
Yeah. Ahoy, captains. So, what are you two working on today?
I'll be
personal development.
Doing the Focke-Wulf 190A3 from Tamiya in 148. I think this is, the third session?
Mm-hmm.
I think so,
fourth.
Yeah. Fourth?
Yeah.
Oh, time flies.
And I'll be returning to that one, the Bentley blower in 24 scale by Hella.
Nice. I am working on that. Which I'm really enjoying, to be fair. It's a nice, easy kit, but I'm really enjoying it. Simple kits for simple people. GM says, first with his medal. He's making a habit of this.
Duke says, "G'day, all you beautiful people. G'day, GM. Early again."
Bob says, "Oh dear, slipping down the chart again." This is Blackboard from Mr. Squiggle. You wouldn't know what that is, but it's quality television. That's what it was.
Bob says, aside from GM, the company my mum worked for in the 60s to 2000s owned a museum in Budleigh, Salston. Why important? That's where Muffin the Mule retired. There we go.
GM says, "G'day, Duke, Bobby, and Julian when he shows up. Only early by an hour and a half. Not staying long, not eating today, so we need food."
And he goes on, "Bobby, that place name sounds familiar. G'day, panel and chatters. Not staying long, need food now. Actually, lol." Now, actually.
Ian Chambers says, greetings, troops. Hello, Ian.
Matthew says, "Good afternoon, everyone."
Hello.
Callum's in. He says 2 streams in a row. That's a new record for me. Evening all.
Hello, Callum.
Ahoy.
Adam says, oh, hello, my gents.
Hello. Paul Price says, "Evening all."
Hey, Paul.
Hello.
Stu's in. He's saying howdy all. Nice kit choices.
It's the members' choices. They chose them for us.
Yeah. All credit
Well,
to the boys.
Not mine, yeah.
Steve says, good morning, afternoon, guys. Hello, Steve.
Oh. Skivens is in saying, "I hope there'll be no dick jokes here. Let's not follow Airfix's new campaign."
Me and Tim were discussing this before we went live.
Yeah, I did see images of it. I think it was, Jonathan Mock is saying, well, this is crap.
Yeah.
Well, interesting modeling company have put all of them together so you can see the pattern.
Oh yeah,
and it's just so crass and vulgar.
Yeah.
Just wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't doing anything for me either way. I'm not particularly upset about it, but I just don't think it's effective.
No.
You know, like I was saying to Mikey, there's a turf company in Canberra that has like puns all along the road where they've got like their sod growing and stuff, and it's funny, like it's grass, but I don't know, it just doesn't really do anything for me for style modeling.
Yeah. For me, it just, when you put them all together, it just looks like what a feminist men's think, or what feminist thinks about how men's minds work compared to how men's minds actually work.
Who knows?
It's just like a massive misandrist stereotype project.
Seems that way. Anyway, that's for the company and their stockholders to decide. I don't care one way or the other, really.
Hello,
yes.
Waitrose.
Hello, Waitrose.
Hello, boys.
Hello.
Speaking of dick jokes,
Yeah.
All we can see is Gary's hand doing that at the bottom of the screen.
GM says, Adam, I'm becoming concerned about your orientation. Lol. And then he's, I think it's a, yeah.
Oh, hello, Mikey, John, and Timmy, and hello to all in chat.
Hello.
Well picked up.
Oh. Did my best.
Aussie Ian says, G'day, panel and chatterati. Hello.
Chatterati.
GM says, G'day, guys, coming in. The wave. Skiffin, still waiting on my hat from you? Question mark.
Oh. Yeah. James says, watch your eyes, Waitrose.
Can't be any worse than they are already.
Yeah. Originally, I thought of Ghost, damn your eyes.
Damn your eyes, sir.
Yeah.
Damn your eyes. Damn your waistcoat.
That's the end of the chat for now.
Oh, cripes. That was quick.
Lovely. Yes, they're all quick these days. Like a well-oiled machine. All
right. So,
yeah.
I'm just about finished the Spitfire. All that remains is to put on the underside recognition light and a bit of chipping with a sponge, but that's how it's come up. So,
excellent.
19 Squadron, Duxford, and Lalat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So it's nice kit, actually. The Tamiya one's not built one before as a Spit. It's lovely. I
varnished and dulled down the load last night as well, so you can actually see the stonework properly, and I painted around the base.
Very good.
A bit neater.
Nice.
So that's looking all right.
Where do you put the batteries? Oh no, it sounded like an FX ad, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Eyes down then.
All right.
Right. Now. Oh, cripes. So I just had a notification pop up there. Does that go through StreamYard? Did you hear a ding as well, or is it just at my end?
Just your end.
Okay.
Your ding-a-ling.
All right.
That was the first 45 RPM single record I bought. Chuck Berry's My Ding-a-ling.
All right.
I was probably like 9 at the time.
Back in day.
Well, before I discovered the good part of his output.
So how's your week been, Gary?
It's been okay. It's fine. Finished the Little Comets, of course. Video went up today.
Yes.
Interestingly, I was researching this for the little history bit, but this is named Grosvenor House.
Yes.
And it's actually named after the Grosvenor House Hotel in London, the managing director of which purchased the aircraft for the Robertson race. And purely by coincidence, Joe and my dear wife were at the Grosvenor House Hotel having afternoon tea last Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Purely by coincidence. I didn't know anything about it until I read about the races and all that. It was very interesting. Very interesting.
It's over the road from a station. Is it Victoria Station? I can't remember.
Grosvenor House is on Park Lane, so it's opposite Hyde Park.
Yes, yeah. I remember walking past and going, "Oh,
Beautiful.
Is that where it is?" Yeah.
Yeah, and is that how expensive it looks?
Oh no.
Yeah. And also been working on my my little Dornier 17 from Matchbox. Just coming up very nicely. Just got a couple of extra little bits and pieces to do. And she'll be fine. She'll be right, mate.
Wonderful.
That's good. The Dornier 17 is kind of like what you'd get if you asked a 10-year-old to draw a bomber plane.
Yeah.
With the rounded wings and everything.
The other thing I've been doing is my Leo 451, which now has this funky camouflage, which is lovely, except I hate the green on it.
Oh.
I think the green is very blue-green. I think it should be more of a
grey green.
slightly more of a sort of olivey green rather than this quite ripe
More like
emerald green.
A British BS dark green.
Well, yeah, not as dark as that even. But then what I suspect is I've had these Hataka paints for a very long time, so I think it's just the pot needs, which is why you saw me shaking the pot earlier.
Yeah.
Although I am getting a paint stirrer, a paint shaker soon, apparently.
Ooh.
So to play with, so that would be fun. But the win of the week, you may remember I was very conflicted over my French blue on the after some research, Humbrol 89, which is this bluish grey, mixed with just a little bit of Two Thin Coats Doom Death Black. No, not the black. It was the blue, wasn't it? The blue shadow blue. So that's very dark greyish blue. That's not so dark greyish blue. So this with a little bit of the Two Thin Coats rather. And I am so happy with what's coming. You can't see it because of the colours.
Oh, very nice.
But you'll see it on the when it's photographed. It comes out exactly the same colour to my eye as the decals they've used. So very happy with that. So I may just be mixing some green today.
Julian says, "Hi all. Hello, Julian.
Hey, Julian.
Jem and Skiffins are discussing email addresses and things. And Matthew says, "Hi, King Julian. How are the rest of the heathens today?"
King what?
The rest of the heathens. The South Walians.
Oops.
Indeed.
So that's nice. So, Roden, 9 minutes ago, have announced a new short Sunderland in 1:144 scale, including RWF 10 Squadron, my old stomping ground. So that's nice. Bastards.
Oh dear.
Well, okay, so here's the scheme. So here they're saying tailcode 3G, Royal Air Force 423 Squadron at Castle Archdale, an island. This one, Royal Air Force Mountbatten in Plymouth. It's not. RB is RWF 10 Squadron code. So go to hell, Roden. And number 3 is 230 Squadron, Royal Air Force, again, island. Yeah. There you go. And interestingly, yes, I've probably said before that RWF 10 Squadron were the only Australian Air Force unit to serve all of World War II. They just happened to be in the UK picking up their brand new short Sunderlands when war was declared, and they stayed on for the duration.
Damn decent of them.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. Julian has put the link up to Passport Years YouTube channel for Waitrose's dear wife Maria. Please subscribe.
Oh, how kind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's not putting yours up. He's just putting Maria's up.
I know. Welcome to my life for the last 31 years.
That's marriage in general, eh? Ooh, somebody's at the checkout. Skiffin says, "I have to return to my ladder work, but I hope to be back shortly."
Stockings are laddered, are they?
Yeah. Yes. So have you got anything planned for the weekend, gentlemen?
Family are coming over on Sunday, I believe.
Uh-oh.
For pizza. Yes, for pizza.
So does that mean you're going to be working all Sunday?
Yep. Not that I use Sunday for anything important, like, I don't know, Monday matters.
Yeah. Doing anything that actually makes you an income.
Yeah.
And pays your bills.
Exactly. But anyway, be nice to see them all.
Jem says, John, did you see on YouTube a short film on supercharging of the Bentley blower? Didn't watch it, but thought you may like a look. Yes? No?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, there we go.
No.
Julian, Matthew, we're all boiling vessels of petty irritation and noble suffering. Mainly the irritation. He's on about the heathens, I think.
I'm just looking up photo references. I think I'll mix the Brunswick green with a standard green to make the seats a slightly different colour.
Yeah.
Although they're not that different from the actual paintwork, funnily enough. Yes, like showing here.
Oh, yeah. This looks like a sort of black leather.
It's, yeah, very, very dark green. It's like a Brunswick green as well. But, yeah, I don't want to make them too green, you know. I just want to lighten them a bit, or maybe even darken them. One of the two. Just go for, I don't know if I can go darker than deep Brunswick because it's a very dark colour, you know. We'll see.
Indeed, the Duke of Brunswick's troops at Waterloo were known as the Black Brigade because their green was so dark.
What you could do, John, is do it the same colour and then just do highlights in the slightly lighter colour around the edges and things to pick out the detail.
Damn you, Gary. I've got my dingling in my head now.
That sounds like a euphemism.
Hence the success of the single, I suspect.
Yeah. It's about as risque as they could get back then, wasn't it, in music?
Yeah.
How does it go?
Oh, it just repeats over and over. My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling.
Well,
I want to play with my
it's a
ding-a-ling.
little. It does actually say things like it was a little silver bell upon a string. My mother told me it was my ding-a-ling-a-ling. And then from then on, it's double entendre all the way to the end of the record.
See, I only know that from like the Simpsons, when at the school talent show, and just some random kid gets up and he's just like saying it over and over again with like a broken voice.
So recorded the record was from a live show, so there's a lot of audience participation as well.
I think that was the idea of the song, though, wouldn't it? Just to get the audience involved with it.
Totally, yeah.
Same with
like you know, your set includes classics like Maybelline and Johnny B. Good. You really need a crowd pleaser, don't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Chuck, dude, you're winning anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it's like We Will Rock You, isn't it? The whole point was to get the audience to make the music.
I love that video of is it John Lennon and Chuck Berry, and Yoko Ono just keeps making bloody spastic noises in the background, and Chuck Berry's like looking at her like trying not to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Jim says, I've upset Julian. First for sending a link on the Flower Pot Man, then an age reference to being close to being 60. Julian, I was not designed for this heat. I was built for drizzle and disappointment, as is the custom of this realm. And other Tudor comments on this sodding heat. Yes. Absolutely. Matthew says, sounds like you need a drive-by baptism, King Julian of the Frogmen. It's quite cool up here. It's about 21 degrees. It's not too bad. What's it like down south, Gaz?
Dan South.
Down south.
So
In that there London.
Let's see. Outdoor temperature is 32 degrees.
Yeah. Glad I'm not there then.
It's the 10th or 11th day above 30 degrees in a row.
Yeah. Thing is, with you being in the aircon all the time, you're not acclimatizing to it either.
Don't
Well,
need
it's
to with an
like it's
aircon.
either be in the aircon or not work.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you know, it swings and roundabouts. I would prefer to be sitting on my arse watching telly, watching cricket and drinking beer. But
But you'd still be sat in the aircon.
actually, yes, I would, as it happens.
Because you are
But just not all the time.
Yeah.
Well, we do it for Hamish, of course, because you know he's essentially, poor lad, is basically walking around in a fur coat all the time. So we do it to keep Hamish cool, obviously. Last several nights, so we haven't had the aircon on at night in the bedroom because there's been enough breeze coming through the house to keep the bedroom at a sensible temperature.
Yeah. We've been having the fan low just to keep the air moving.
But at the beginning of this, it was just horrendous at night. I don't know.
Yeah. The humidity was
People deal with it. Yeah. Well, that's part of the aircon thing, isn't it? It's not just chilling, it's actually conditioning the air, so it's reducing the humidity.
Yeah.
As well as, and filtering it a bit, as well as bringing the temperature down.
Yeah. Well, the humidity was that bad up here at the beginning that, you know, when you pull your car on to drive, onto drive, it was leaving like a trail of water where the aircon was sort of just dumping all the water that had got out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, shit, my car got a leak or something. And I realized, oh no, it's the aircon. Ian says, could be worse. She got an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. Or who the F is Alice?
Oh, that was funny. Living next door to Alice. Love that song.
Yeah. I've got a brand new combine harvester.
The Wurzels, bless them.
GM says, Julian, I stay in Sydney around December to March will shock you. Your Tudor thinking. 38 degrees C to 45. Out west, we'll see 48 plus. Happy days. Yeah, but again, it goes back to we're on the same line of latitude as Calgary. We shouldn't be anywhere near this temperature.
And indeed, Toronto is around this temperature at the moment. They've got the same issue of major heat problems now.
Yeah, it's unusual for people on this line of latitude.
Although Calgary does have a continental climate, so it does get very hot in the summer, but then it gets incredibly cold in winter, and they have like about a week of spring and a week of autumn between it being unbearably really scorchio.
Yeah,
you know, the rodeo, the Calgary Stampede, you know, it's there because it's all cowboy stuff. It's not all that verdant an area. But then in the winter, it's like sort of 10, 12 feet of snow and stuff like that.
Yeah. Julian says, last time I was dunked in holy water to be cured. Spoiler alert, it failed. I got an infection, so I'll take a pass on the baptism. Thanks, Matthew. Put your wrists in cold flowing water. That'll cool you down quickly. Adam says, it was 94% humidity this morning. We have jungle heat, and jungle heat is the worst. Yes. It always makes me laugh when they go, oh, it's 100% humidity. What, you mean it's raining? You live in a cloud or it's raining?
Technically, it's relative humidity, but yeah, we'll pass on the minor technicalities of these things.
Yeah.
Go physics.
Yeah.
Science.
Who needs physics?
Go science. Right, a couple of dobs of paint, and I think that Dornier is finished. How about that?
I was never interested in science when I was at school. I think that was more the teachers were crap.
Well, I would say it must be because science is actually really interesting. That's just me.
Our chemistry teacher was more interested in standing behind the girls and looking down their blouses. Whilst he was trying to...
So you're learning a lesson, but not actually the one that is on the curriculum.
Yeah, so the lads were all really annoyed by him, and the girls were all really scared of him. He ended up being the headmaster.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say he ended up doing 15 years.
No, he's school headmaster.
Excellent.
A disproportionate number of your stories of people you've known over your life do end up with them in prison.
I only know one person that's in prison or been in prison. I know two. I suppose it's three because I've been not in prison, but I've been in a cell a couple of times.
You're a naughty boy.
One of them wasn't even my fault.
Yeah.
I got arrested for drunk and disorderly when I hadn't been drinking.
Oh, that's Gibraltar, yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
it's fun times.
It just says something about your general level of demeanour then, my dear boy.
I was doing my best to stop a man from walking into the middle of the road, He kept swaying into a dual carriageway, and me and my corporal were doing our best to keep him away from the dual carriageway.
Oh, good idea.
I mean, okay, he was swaying into the dual carriageway whilst holding onto a 9-foot parasol, and we were using the end of the parasol to steer him away from the road whilst laughing our heads off. But yeah, we were trying to keep him safe.
That's like me saying that the cops were out of line for when I was throwing a roast chook on the end of a nylon line into Ross River, trying to catch a crocodile while shit-faced up in Townsville. And then me just saying like, oh, I'm trying to protect people from crocodiles. Like, you're still in the wrong, you buffhead.
But I was sober and I didn't steal the parasol, he did. We were just concerned bystanders.
Oh dear.
We just happened to get tarred with the same brush.
No,
they
were
were
Walking Dead. You just like guiding a zombie.
Yeah, but what made it worse was when the police stopped us and they said, "We want can we have a word with you about that parasol, lads?" Me and the couple went, "All right, look, this is what happened," and all we hear is this other guy going, "What parasol, officer?" whilst he stood up with the parasol vertical behind his back. And every time they're like, "The one behind your back," so he turns around, still holding it behind his back. He's like, "What parasol? I can't see one." I was just like, "Oh, for God's sake, you're not helping." But then the male officers that were talking to us, they were just going to take us back to the camp. But they called the female sergeant to bring the van down. And she went, "No, I've had enough of squaddies this week. They're going into the cells." I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And then when we were in the van, the copper covered the microphone. He said, "Look, really sorry about this, lads. We were going to take you back to camp, but she's just in a right mood tonight. She's been the same with everyone. So don't worry, we'll get the charges dropped. We'll just call your guard commander and he'll come pick you up." And for that, I got a guide for the first time. Yay! A guy 67. Woo!
I don't know what that is.
Neither did I until I had it explained to me. It's not a charge. It's basically like a police caution, but in the military. And it's basically just means you can't be promoted for 2 years.
All right.
It's like a written warning.
All right.
But yeah, the three of us had to stand in line, and the duty officer was giving us chewing out, and he's saying to the corporals, "No, you two should know better. You're older." And then I was only 18. He went, "Don't you want to get promoted?" And I went, "No, sir." I went, "What?" And I went, "I like being a craftsman. I don't want to be responsible for other people." He's like, "Oh, well, lucky for you, then you're getting our guide." I was like, "Okay." What's that? After that, I just kept my mouth shut, and he stormed off, and I turned to the corporal and went, "Corporal, what's an our guy?" And he told me. Then when we got back to the UK, our admin officer called us in, had a go at us, asked us the story. So we told him, and he went, "Oh, fuck me, that guy's a bellend." I just ripped up the our guys and put them in the bin. I went, "There you go, they're not on your record anymore." Adam says, "We usually on a 7-mile day go between like 60 and 90% humidity. That's why us Brits hate the heat." Yes. Julian, Joe Pasquale singing "I Know a Song That'll Get on Your Nerves." I set a link to a friend who wanted to help get rid of an earworm. She replied, "Git." No idea why. Jem, Adam, monsoon season in Korea, 300 millimeters of rain each day, 32 to 38 degrees C. Tokyo at the moment is very similar, cooling down now. Yeah. Adam says dry cells are so fun. Adam, monsoon season in Korea is called an average Tuesday in Scotland.
But without the heat.
Yeah. Ian says, many moons ago, I was part of an expedition in Norway during August. Decided to cool off in a stream. Found out very quickly those streams are glacier melt. Yeah, don't be doing that.
Yeah, I went diving in Iceland in June a while back. I had to do a dry suit course before it because the water was 2 degrees because it was glacier melt. Even in July when it was like 25 outside, 20 to 25 outside.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't mess around with waters at temperature.
Oh, it's gorgeous though, man. Oh, the visibility was like 100 meters or something, which it was just insane. So beautiful.
Nice.
And you dive in a place called Tingvetlia National Park. And it's on the rift line, on one side of which is the American plate and the other side of which is the Eurasian plate, and it's where the Atlantic is growing. So in theory, there's a point underwater where you can just touch 2 boulders at about 5 meters underwater, and one's in America and one's in Europe. You can literally just touch them with your hands. It's totally awesome.
Is that the one you see on social media now and again where they're swimming in that crystal clear water?
Indeed. Yeah, if they're touching two rocks, then that's where it is. It's in Tingvellir National Park in Iceland. And it is cold. It's properly cold. Even with a dry suit, it's still cold.
Yeah.
You couldn't do it in a wetsuit. You would die.
Bloody hell. He says, did take quite a while for certain parts of my anatomy to re-emerge. We're back to Airfix again, aren't we?
What is it? What have I missed with Airfix? Is this
the new marketing campaign where it's just a crappy picture of a model and then an innuendo, a really crap innuendo joke.
Oh, I missed that one.
Alone tonight, why not have a tank or something? I fancy a tank. and then a picture of a model tank.
Really? Oh, they've
yeah.
got a great agency. They've obviously bought in such a good agency.
Well, they're doing
What
it
the
themselves, aren't they?
actual-
It's the new owners.
Well, I got a thing from some. No, there's something about Hornby I got the other day from some marketing agency. I thought, who the bleeding hell are you? And looked them up and I thought, yeah, that's being done on the cheap.
Yeah.
They're not
so
a great agency.
One of them, Gary, is a picture of the model of a Vulcan on a white background, and it just says, "How good are you with your hands? Better than you think, probably." Another one is a night in on your own. Fancy a tank. Another one is another way to keep your hands busy, with a picture of a ship. One is a diorama of some American and German soldiers, or American soldiers, and it says, "Turns out painting tiny helmets is quite relaxing." And another one's, the last one says, "Not the big chopper Sue had in mind," with a picture of a helicopter.
Do you know what? I am very much. I'm loath to do it because I actually want to support the poor buggers who are left at Airfix, but I'm so tempted to get onto the Advertising Standards Agency and say these sort of adverts are inappropriate for Airfix's target audience, which is typically
children,
14 and under.
Yeah.
It's completely inappropriate. It's not even clever or funny.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of, frankly, almost amateur marketing people coming up with the sort of thing that makes you go, if you're 12. Sorry, that's not fun. That's just not advertising. That's actually disgusting. That's really poor. Really poor.
Good one, Beavis.
Yeah. Exactly.
I said at the beginning, it's just crass and vulgar misandrist stereotypes, isn't it?
It's just lame. That's the sort of thing. Like if you were in a company and you had to go and do marketing 101 in order to be part of the company, that's the sort of lame thing the first assignment would be from someone who hasn't actually yet grown up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is that poor. And for a marketing manager to have passed that to go out to the public is absolutely astonishing. Just unbelievably bad.
Especially knowing that a big part of your core audience is young lads, children.
Yeah, exactly. And also, you're going to alienate the people who are your actual core paying people, which is like the older male population saying, "What, you're calling us a bunch of wankers?" Well, yeah we are, because we buy your kits. Obviously, we are.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's go to Mr. Tamir or Mr. ICM or Mr. Revell now that they're coming back. Why would we buy from Airfix who think we're a bunch of wankers?
Yeah.
That is just pathetic.
Well, it's like I said again, it's like, it reads like, I don't know, what a feminist thinks men's brains work like.
But a badly informed feminist who actually hasn't thought about the issue. You know, a cartoon feminist.
Protesters screaming and shouting all the time.
A cartoon sort of, I don't know, a caricature of a feminist attitude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like stereotyping. And is that a way to engage an audience? So, okay, I think not, actually. I think a lot of companies have found out that's a really bad way to try and engage an audience.
Exactly.
If you want them to give you money.
And the thing is, if it was done the other way, instead of in a misandrist way, as in a misogynist way, they'd get done for it.
Yes, absolutely.
And rightly so.
Absolutely. Oh, that's just abysmal.
And given that social media in the UK is now regulated by Ofcom, I'm pretty sure they're probably breaking Ofcom rules.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's just absolutely pathetic. It's just so lazy. That's the thing. It's lazy.
Yeah.
It's lazy, unfunny, unsophisticated, lazy attempt at humour. And it's unintelligence, isn't it? Yeah. And it's insulting your fan base and your purchasing base, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I said they need to get out of the office more and stop relying on Sandra's stereotypes and ChatGPT to do their work for them.
Well, they need to hire someone who actually knows about marketing and knows about the industry. Oh no, they sacked one of those.
Yeah.
Or sorry, he took early retirement.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely unbelievable.
Ghost says, "Morning, everyone." Hello, Ghost.
There he goes.
Julian says, "I know 3 who've been charged with crime. 1 falsely, 1 who did time, and 1 ended up in SO list. The other one might have done both, but I don't know." Okay. Jem says, "Adam, humidity gauge was at 100% for days. Think it's stuck."
Yeah.
Moz says, "Painting little helmets with a wet ceremony and a leather helmet." Oh, it's not changed. There we go. Matthew says, "Hi, Moz from Tamir and Chill." GM says, "Ian spent an hour in the North Sea off west coast of Scotland awaiting rescue. Took a full day to thaw out. Glad I was wearing an immersion suit." I thought you were going to say, "Glad you're wearing clean underwear then."
Immersion suits, they were fun.
Moz says, "I'm the same, Gary. There are people in the company I respect in the highest regard, but let's make this clear. This transformation team wants to move the brand into a different area, and it's not accurate scale modeling."
Wow.
Yeah. Ian says, "Hi, Moz. I'm on to Deckle Day of the Bearcat." Nice. Matthew, Airfix alienated 99% of their customers. Another way they're devaluing the company for the next buyers. Yeah. Moz saying they want to move it away from military. They think us scale modelers are seedy old men stuck in the 1980s. Yeah.
But if they want us to move away from military modelling, why talk about, military figures? Why talk about Vulcans? Why use it? If that's what you want to do, then you promote it using civilian objects. I'd have thought, or maybe that's part 2 of the marketing, which is all going to be all lovely and fluffy, and this is non-military. So don't be a wanker for liking military stuff.
Yeah,
like civilian things, and everything will be lovely.
Like fluffy ponies and bunny rabbits and flowers.
Yeah. Yes, we're introducing a new 1/24 scale unicorn.
Yeah,
with rainbows.
Yeah, and all you won't have figures anymore. We'll have dolls, and each doll will come with a Care Bear.
Yeah.
Ghost says, "Hi, Moz. I'm
Not
painting
cynical.
Yeah, that's what it'll be. It'll be more like 1/6 scale figures that are actually designed to be movable dolls and things, like a cross between Gundam and."
In which case, if that's where they're going, in which case, why is all this noise about them not going ahead with the flowers? Because the flowers are perfect.
They cancelled those, have they?
I don't know. I don't know if they cancelled them or postponed them, or they've put a halt on the process at the moment. I don't know. But, here we are in July and there's no sign of them.
If you think about it, it makes sense if you think in terms of they're trying to move away from scale modeling, go more towards educational sort of, or whatever.
But these are educational. They're really accurate and really good.
Yeah. But moving more away from model making and more towards, just block building and things like that.
Well, a lot of people are like doing book nooks and all that sort of stuff. So the flowers would be, I think, a perfect. I think it'd be a pretty good seller for them. But you can't tell Airfix anything.
Were interested, weren't they?
Internationally, it would be an absolute game changer for them.
Yeah. Especially
in America, it would be massive.
There's a lot of male modelers wanting to do them as well, wouldn't there?
Well, the thing is also, it's not the male-female thing. It's more, it would include more women in the hobby because there's a whole load of crafting sort of people who would be interested in doing that as a crafting project, whether or not it's Airfix or not, whatever. But there's also, when I was chatting with Dale about it back at the beginning of the year, he said he imagined if they launched them in the summer, he imagined at Telford seeing loads of them by the people who like to do hyper real stuff, because the options for using, like structural gel acrylics to get water droplets and things like that.
Yeah.
All the dust powders you can get to make pollen, all the different sort of techniques that we use to make things look more real, but applied to a natural. The possibilities were fantastic.
Yeah.
For so many different markets. So if they have actually binned them, then they're even more stupid than they appear at the moment. They may have just put back the production a while to try and get the annual balance sheet a touch better.
Well, they had the molds done, didn't they? So I think they've
all been test shot and everything.
Yeah.
Everything's ready to go.
I think what they've probably done is just warehoused them for now.
I think the packaging hadn't been finalised in January, but it was pretty close.
Yeah.
And packaging's just a print job, isn't it? Really, it's not.
Yeah.
Once it's designed, it's just a print job in India.
Want to see my poor man seat belts that I've made since the start?
Please.
Let's zoom.
Look at them. Damn. They're really good, dude. Jesus.
Well played.
So I had some Tamiya tape and some spare PE latches and stuff.
Wow. That's so cool, man.
We'll just go home now, shall we, Gary?
That's what I was thinking. I hate coming on this show sometimes.
Yeah, Tim. Making
That's it. Why am I still doing this?
Moz says they should have stayed working with dead people.
Absolutely astonishing, that to me.
Thank you.
Well done. Adam says, what happens when your head of insight is an ex-Lego dude? Julie says, the team trying to transform Airfix, Transformers, Egypt, not in disguise. They're an insult to the good brand of Airfix. Moss says, the one that left after Telford was ex-Lego too. Yeah. Moss says they had a chance to sell Airfix to Scale Electrics. They want to keep the brand as it's well known, change it into something else like toys and games. Julian, if they want to move away from military, what the F ditch the already done flowers?
Exactly. It just makes no sense. Well, nothing makes a lot of sense.
Make it make sense. Black Country Apex Nerd says, afternoon all. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Ooh. I see a Gundam with a D20 in his hands on the picture. The dodecahedron.
Good. Oh, I see. Oh, right.
Someone obviously likes their D&D. Adam says, it's even funny when you realise one of the guys is a 50-year-old man helping F it all up.
Isn't a D20 an icosahedron?
Could be. I don't know.
Dodecahedron is 12-sided, isn't it? From memory. I may be wrong.
Let's have a look. You're probably right, John.
This is how much of a nerd I am. I'm going to a show in September, I think it is. And the guy who's doing the show is a mathematician. He talks about like the fun in mathematics. So it's actually a lot funnier than it sounds.
There you go.
He's fighting with the government at the moment because, on our road signs, you have like the brown road signs, which are for points of interest, like museums and things like that, appear on brown road signs. There's one to do with football, and the football on it only has hexagons. And he keeps saying to him, you can't make a football just with hexagons. It's impossible. You have to have pentagons as well. If you look at a regulation football, the black ones normally are pentagons. And it's things like that, his tales of his arguments with the government and whatever with that.
Yeah.
But all the sort of things that all the sort of fun things that have gone wrong because people have ignored maths over the years. It's quite amusing.
You are right, John. It is
Not-
an icosahedron. And
Ah,
Gary,
yes.
you're right. A dodecahedron is 12.
From Do and Decker. Presumably. It's
I was
Greek.
educated in Wales under Welsh Labour. We didn't do these
Yes.
things.
You didn't do Greek. No.
No. Barely did education. Moz says that advertising at the moment fits in their narrative. Oh, the advertising fits in the narrative. Yeah. Moz says, Julian, they thought the risk was too great. Basically, they have their own ideas which push the brand in a different direction. So they thought the risk of doing the flowers was too great, even though most of the modeling world was going, actually, yeah, that sounds really cool.
And not just the modelling world.
Yeah.
Not just the modelling world. The whole, absolutely, the crafting world were going bonkers for it as well.
Yeah. Well, Dale was saying, wasn't he, that to you that there's a group in America that they'd never
That
considered
wouldn't even stop at the stands. They said hello, but they wouldn't stop and wait. And he said the first time they saw they walked past last year, saw the flowers and stopped and started talking. That's the first conversation they've had with this group from the US in terms of distribution ever. It's just so different. And it's attracting, he said, lots of different people were being attracted to it. Lots of different buyers. Because they can see that there's a market outside of the traditional model making, which it absolutely is.
I think
And Joe's wife would build them. She don't make model kits. She would definitely build those and paint them. Definitely.
I think they're making a rod for their own back.
Well, again, it's up to their stockholders and stuff. You know, I'll just sit back and purchase something or not.
Yeah.
I kind of want to buy a stock just so every time you say that, I go, I am a bloody shareholder.
I
have a stock.
The thing is, they're not a publicly traded company anymore.
That's funny.
What,
A
sorry?
stock.
They're not a publicly traded company anymore.
Again, don't care.
Well, you can't buy a stock then. Sorry.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know. Now it bites, doesn't it? Now it bites.
Holly would have gone very cheap as well.
Yeah. Yes. We don't have that lower denomination in our system, sir.
Yeah.
It's like trying to buy like one Reichsmark in 1931. So, no, you can't buy one. You can buy 20 million. Absolutely. No problem.
Yeah.
Not one.
Weimar Republic. Wasn't it the Renton mark?
Probably was. I can't remember. I've got stamps. I used to collect stamps as a child, and there are stamps there with like 50 million marks, and that's been overstamped with 100 billion marks for a postage stamp. It's like, the actual stamp is worth more than you're charging me because it's made of paper. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, it was hyperinflation for you.
I think
look where that ended up.
I think in the Weimar Republic it was the Renton mark, then it went to Reichsmark in 33, and then it went to Deutschmark, and then the euro.
I've got a note with Saddam Hussein on it. It's $1 million real.
All right.
I used to have a 10 Iraqi dinars with a Saddam Hussein on it. Don't know where it went, right?
The Iraqi dinar down the dust pipe.
Yeah.
Down the dust pipe.
Found it.
Right.
Yeah, it was actually.
Bob says, "Oh no, I've done a Marley. Glued the ends of the wrong sides of the A7V transmission. Screwdriver lever time."
Oh no.
Moss says, "The tooling has been made. Shows how out of touch with the market they are." Yeah. Adam says, "Wait, why did they actually bin it when one of the guys came from Lego? Man's an idiot, literally." Jem, Bobby, are you cleared to play the glues now? Or play with glues? Bob says, will he give the mathematical proof of why buses always come in threes?
Possibly so. That there is some very, very interesting maths behind that, and why you get compression waves in traffic that where there's no obstructions to the road at certain speeds. It's a very, very interesting subject that I won't go into. But there is some very good maths behind it.
Yeah.
In fact, someone may have won a Fields Medal for it, which is like the maths version of a Nobel, for something based on that, not just traffic, but that.
Didn't they use that to work out how to control motorways and stuff?
Well, exactly, that's right, because at a certain speed, even without any obstructions on a straight motorway, you still get traffic waves, compression waves, and they were trying to study that. And there's a lot of psychology behind it, but there's also some very, very good maths behind it. And it also, it's something to do with, maybe wrong, but I think it's to do with Taylor instabilities, which is where turbulence comes from on wings. So it's all part of that whole sort of catastrophe theory and that sort of stuff. It's all really lovely. Yeah.
See,
if you're a nerd like me, you get excited about things like that. I don't get excited about association football or anything like that, but I do get excited about maths.
My teacher gave up on me with maths. We were doing expanding brackets, and every question I got the answer right, but working out completely wrong and should have given me a completely different answer. Because I could work it out in my head, I just couldn't write it down. So the teacher just said, I'm sick of trying to mark these. Just go and sit at the desk and read a book or something. Okay. I still got a C in maths, though. Jem says, Bobby, I think the same reason strange beasts come in 3s and now 14. Yeah, Bob's accidentally ordered another 14-strand beast, by the way.
Accidentally?
Yes.
There is a reason why this man is not let anywhere near nuclear codes for the fleet, for example.
Oh, yes.
Or that's like with Nail and I, we've come on holiday by accident.
Yes. There's a guy in the news the other day, and it was because it was cheaper for him to fly to France and then back, fly from Manchester to France and then back into London than it was for him to fly from Manchester to London. That's what he did.
Yeah.
It's like, how can it possibly be cheaper to fly to France and back than it is just to fly straight to London? It's mad.
I went on a law course up in London about 10 years ago. And there's a guy there from Amsterdam, and he was looking a bit glum. I said, what's the problem? He said, I've flown in from Amsterdam. My luggage cost more than I did. Because he'd flown with some cheap airline, and for him to have the bag actually cost him more than his actual ticket. It's just crazy. It's a 2-day course. He had no option but to bring some sort of bag. But yeah, it is. I went to. Oh God! It's not like I'm dispelling the concept of being Waitrose here, but just go with it. I wanted to go and see an opera in Amsterdam, right? Because at the time, it's by a guy called John Adams. It's called Dr. Atomic. It's about the lead up to the Trinity test in 1945 of the first atomic bomb. It's a gorgeous, brilliant opera. And its European premiere was in Amsterdam. It wasn't on in the UK at all. And I adore the music. I'd heard snippets of it, so I wanted to see it. And it was cheaper to fly to Amsterdam, get seats in the front row at the opera, and have a meal and fly home than it was to get the best seats at Covent Garden. Just the seats.
Yeah.
It cost me 30 quid return to fly there. The seats were 40 quid. And Maria did some sightseeing when I went to the opera. And then we had a meal and then we flew home. And it was like ridiculously cheap. And at the time, Covent Garden was the top seats there, like 250 quid a pop or something.
Well, we discovered a cool thing. Me and Kay started going to the theatre a lot and things.
Indeed.
we found that in Wales there's a thing called a Hunt card, HYNT.
Okay.
And what it does is it's only for disabled people. And what you do is instead of booking online, you ring up the box office, tell them what you want to go and watch and when, tell them your Hunt card number, and they go, okay, are you bringing somebody with you? Yeah, okay. Well, we'll put them down as a carer's ticket then.
Excellent.
So what we've done is, because when we're going to watch Genesis, we decided to go for slightly better seats, so we went for the 30 quid seats. Because we've got that card, it's only going to cost us 30 quid, not 60.
Excellent.
Yeah. Which is nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moss says, I've got Hornby Hobbies shares he can't sell. Yeah, because they're no longer publicly traded. Bob says, Jem, I don't play with glues, they attack me. Matthew says, it was so hot in my cave last week, my Revel glue exploded all over my cutting mat. Good job it wasn't the nice brand new one. Oh no, it's a good job it wasn't over a model. Jem, Bobby, you need full PPE gear and fume extraction equipment. I think he needs a bloody carer. Moss says, I just read this on Facebook. I see they employed the marketing company that Jaguar used. Adam says, I watched an hour video on a roundabout slowly turning into a traffic jam. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, it was really, really cool.
You have interesting lives. It says, if there are any shares going for Hele, I might buy them. Model officer says, ladder work is done for today. Too damn hot outside for me. Yeah, don't blame you. Ghost, I've always been to pi times radius squared, but all of the pies I've seen are round. Adam says, Mikey, in uni I would fly to Germany, then London, rather than Edinburgh to London. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Adam says, it was like 1/10 the price. It was madness. Yeah. Jem says, traffic compression, right-hand lane road hogs in Australia, left lane road hogs in Korea. I see this daily. Yeah, it's middle lane and right lane, lane 2 and lane 3 in the UK. That's caused the problem. Especially going up steep hills, you always get someone that's decided they're just sitting in the middle of the 3 lanes, doing 40 instead of doing 70. Because their car's apparently not capable of keeping up with the speed going uphill. Bob says, no, first world problems. My chocolate has melted. Skiffin says, hey, Moz, hope your ears aren't burning. I was saying nice things. Honest, I'm wearing your T-shirt. Ew. Oh, you washed it first. Adam, maths is fun. Why do people call it math? It's not singular.
I suppose mathematics. I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mathematics.
Mathematics isn't plural and math isn't singular.
Yeah, but Americans call it math because they just decided. The guy who wrote the Merriam's dictionary, one of the people behind that decided that they wanted to use less letters than were in general English. They just wanted to be different. Yeah. All they've done is screw themselves up.
So they invented Americanese.
It's just sort of dumb. Like, it's just dumb.
Shit. Yeah.
There's a very good, I think it's quite amusing, comic artist I see a lot on Facebook called Gary Gulman, stand-up. And he does this routine about when they decided to abbreviate all the state names to 2-letter codes.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
That was so funny watching that. Alabama, hey, we've got this covered. We'll be finished by lunchtime. Alaska, let's park that one.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's very clever.
That's really, really funny, that. And beforehand, they had Massachusetts was MASS, Utah was UTA, because they really didn't like the H very much. It's like, oh, what? Really? Very good. Very, very good stand up. I like a lot of what he does.
GM says, Bobby, my new AK masking fluid is a solid lump. Ooh.
Oh, no.
Adam says, the annoying side of me wants to purposely say math as much as possible to watch Mikey slowly break. No, you will not break me.
Sounds like he already has.
Mentally, I broke a long time ago, mate. That's why I am the way I am. Ian Chambers says,
why we're all here.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. All the stuff that's happened and stuff like that in the past, and like mental health wise and things, if all that hadn't happened, then all you guys might not have been brought together. So,
Exactly.
Well,
So.
obviously, John and Tim would have been, but
Well, yeah.
this channel, the people watching the channel wouldn't have all been brought together necessarily.
Could be married to a Swedish downhill skiing champion with neck down alopecia, but instead I'm here with you.
That is strangely specific to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was listening to it and I was like, where's he going with this?
I kind of feel there's a story behind that, but unless he's going to come over to Telford, then I don't think we're going to hear it. Or maybe we shouldn't hear it.
Well, yeah, there is that. It's the fact that he's doing the evil cackle to himself as well.
Yeah.
What the hell? Oh,
China.
What do we got there? Oh, boy. Oh, no.
Oops.
Yeah, like imagine cleaning it up. Like, how do you pick it up?
Oops.
When we were coming back from Rill the other day, we got coming up to the roundabout on the dual carriageway, and the tractor had come round the roundabout a little bit too fast and tipped all his bales of hay all over the roundabout. These massive bales tilted. He managed to tip the whole trailer over sideways.
Huh.
So the police were blocking all the road off and everything. Ian says the American education system is an oxymoron. GM says, driving Sydney to Newcastle, I often drive in the left lane. I pass never-ending SUVs and tradie trucks fighting each other to be in the front.
Yeah.
Bob, GM just checked my humbug mascol. Still liquid after a couple of decades. I think he means
Humbrol Maskell?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, bugger. I picked this up.
Adam says, respectfully to myself, I am an effing loony. Yes. In the nicest possible way.
Looney and some Scrooby, everybody. Looney and some Scrooby.
Jem, Bobby, same here. Mascol's still liquid. No need to brag.
Oh.
Let's have a look.
Hang on. I did hear read in the press, the popular press the other day, referencing effing morons and Gibraltar, that now you have Spanish immigration officers at Gibraltar Airport because Gibraltar is now part of the Schengen group, where it's completely free movement. So for me, as a subject of the United Kingdom, Great Britain and Northern Ireland, I have to show my passport to a Spanish official to be allowed into Gibraltar, which is a United Kingdom independent territory.
Yeah.
Does anyone else think that means we've given Gibraltar to Spain? I'm just saying. I
think the way it's done is because the airfield is on the Gibraltar side of the border.
It's in Gibraltar.
Yeah,
in Gibraltar.
But the road going from Spain to Gibraltar crosses it perpendicular, and the border checkpoint is on the outer side of the airfield. So they stop, and then when the aircraft's clear, they open the barrier, and then they drive across the airfield through the airport. So I think possibly that you just land, and then you just go straight to the airport. So you're in Gibraltar anyway.
So the Spanish don't need to see my passport.
No, it's the border. It's the actual border checkpoint that's changed between. So it's unless you're going to Gibraltar to Spain or vice versa, you wouldn't cross that line anyway.
Should bloody hope not. I want to go to Gibraltar next year.
I've been to Gibraltar.
Oh.
Just don't get arrested there.
I'll do my best.
Or if you do get
isn't the
arrested-
primary intention. I'm going there to watch a solar eclipse. I'm not actually going there to get arrested or to steal any beach wear.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, it wasn't
but,
beach wear.
bar wear or whatever, you know, bar furniture.
If you do get arrested, make sure it's by the British police and not by the Garda Civil.
The Garda Civil shouldn't be in bloody Gibraltar. That's my whole point. It's nothing to do with them.
It'll be funny. We'll see a news report with man arrested for stealing bloody beachwear.
Just carrying handcuffs.
Yes. Yes. Take your hands off me, you damned Garda Civil. You have no authority here.
Yeah. You should try and get, whilst you're there, you should try and get a tour of the tunnels because it's really interesting.
Yeah, we will. We're not going to be there long because, as I say, we're there primarily to see the eclipse in August.
Well, all the old offices and everything from the World War II is still in there.
Yeah, but you know, we've got to do stuff apart from that. So, yeah, we probably will. But I suspect it's going to be absolutely heaving with people.
Yeah,
because it's
when we went there, we did a
easy to
tour.
do.
I think there's 5 of us, and then there's like a couple of civilians, and then that was really interesting. 'Cause they showed us about like the part that's open to civilian tours and things.
Yeah.
But the following day, we have to go and do a training exercise where we're practicing tunnel warfare. So we went into another part. That was interesting. Trying to get through there with no lights on or anything. Just a little
tunnel
time.
warfare is quite simple. What you do is you find your nearest Gurkha and you say, "Excuse me, fellows, don't fancy clearing this tunnel, do you?" And they'll go, "Yes, sir, thank you very much, sir," and they'll go and do it.
Well,
Draw
without
their
going-
cookeries, and then the next thing you see is a Gurkha coming out, and that's the end. Yeah, clear. Right, thank you very much.
Well,
We'll leave
without
that
going
alone, shall
too
we?
much into the tactics that the British forces use, we were told to do it a certain way and not just go off chasing after people and things.
No, of course
Um,
not.
One of the guys saw someone shooting from around the corner and decided, in the pitch black, bear in mind the only light was the guy at the front with the torch, and then everyone else had like a little a glow stick with a pinhole in the packaging, and you follow the pinhole. Right? He decided to go off running after this person that was shooting, and the next minute, all he hears, thud, because he chased after the guy without a light on and tripped over a bloody boulder and broke his leg.
Excellent.
So we had to find him in the dark then and get him out. Idiot.
Glow sticks with pinholes in sounds like you're actually at a rave, Mikey, not at a training centre at all. You sure there wasn't like a distant, repetitive thumping of bass music?
Yeah.
And some strange tablets with smiley faces on them. Oh, what I've heard of anyway. That's what I
The
heard
only
of.
place for glow sticks is the parade ground, where they belong.
Yeah, RAF regiment.
They're not glow sticks, they're LEDs. It's an entirely different technology.
There we go.
You need batteries for LEDs. And they're blue.
Yes. Oh no, they changed to
Or
red as well.
fluorescent.
When they,
Do they
when they
really?
yeah. When they tap the side of the rifle, it changes to red sometimes.
Right. Oh, excellent.
So,
Oh,
so
that's
they even
very
have a
good.
little switch on it as well. To
Gee,
change
that's
colours.
fantastic. Oh, very just like the red arrows. Remarkable.
So there
The
we go.
elite
There's,
Makes you proud. Makes
some
you
seat
proud.
belts.
It really does. Does that make?
some seatbelts all painted.
Nice.
Yeah, excellent.
We've got 26 people watching and 8 likes in a minute. We're obviously not entertaining them enough.
Oh dear.
Bob says, the brand of paint I usually say, bar humbug. Ah, okay. Adam says, I think the Spanish have enough to deal with regarding Catalonia constantly trying to break away.
So that's where my wife's Spanish heritage is from. Like, you know, but mother's maiden name is Catalan.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent.
After looking into it, I don't begrudge them. They basically support the rest of Spain.
Yeah, sounds like a vote that happened in the UK a few years ago. Adam says
Yeah, that
Gibraltar.
didn't work out well, did it? So here he is. It's 10 years later on. Do you believe you guys are better off after Brexit?
I am.
Yeah, but you don't leave your house.
Exactly. Well,
Anyway,
there's
moving on.
all sorts of things, yeah. Adam says Gibraltar's bloody lovely. It is. But in the summer, you got to wear some. If you go on the beach, you have to wear something on your feet because the sand just gets ridiculously hot. It'll blister your feet.
Okay. So sandals are the beach wear to steal then if you've forgotten your own.
Yes. Sandals or
That's what I'm
flip-flops.
saying. Okay. Just so I know what beach wear
not
to.
Crocs, because otherwise you'll have red dots all over your feet by the end of the day.
Well,
You look
yeah.
like feet got the lurgy. James says, I'm suspicious about AK paint products. They're all turning solid, all brand new bottles. Anyone else having a problem? No.
I don't use them. I've got some here. You mean these ones, Jim? Oh no,
Yeah.
they wouldn't because these ones that's air. That one. Let's try it. I haven't used this for months. Let's find out. There's some of the Vallejo ones I find sort of dry, but it depends on the pigments, I think. No, that's fine.
They just need spraying. Suppose the next stage would be the bumper. Clean that up. Thanks. Ian Chambers on the Aussies will understand. I watched Steve Turnbull lambasting the Seppos who think that they can fight a kangaroo. Hilarious.
Seppos are what Australians call people from the US.
Okay.
It's rhyming slang. It's the same as what you have over there, but Seppos is in septic tank yank.
Right.
There we go.
Yeah,
So I don't like it.
I wonder why. They don't like being called Yanks either.
No, certainly, if they're from anywhere south of the Mason-Dixon line, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, they need to let that shit go.
Which is weird because they love the song Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Not all of them. Yeah, but why? Yeah, I don't understand why you'd still be thinking, we was robbed, we should have won that war when it was all for one reason, and one reason only.
Oh, mate, I've been hearing this about every bloody World Cup since 1966. So, we was robbed. No, you just didn't score as many goals as the other side. Sorry.
You just weren't that lucky. Adam says, I'm not saying my mate...
off about it. They can secede from the nation again. Good on them. Just do that.
Yeah. Best of luck with that.
Adam says, I'm not saying my mate purposely ran into the British officer after being chased by the Spanish for that exact reason, Mikey. Yeah. They have an agreement, so they've got I think it's either 2 or 3 police forces that operate in Gibraltar because of the border crossing and everything. And we were told as soon as you get there is if you get in trouble with the police, get in trouble with the British police because the other ones will just kick the shit out of you because you're British.
Excellent.
Adam says, also, The Rock is a lot bigger in person than any image I've seen. Yes. And the camp, Devil's Tower camp, is right at the foot of it. The football pitch is actually at the foot of The Rock, which makes for some pretty cool photos.
Yeah, he's huge in Moana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe they've done a live-action remake of that already.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, I can believe it.
It's like, come up with some new ideas, you lazy bastards. Adam says, hey, Gary, don't forget the old miners of the Great War. Some bloody madmen. Yeah. Bloody brave men.
Yeah, absolutely.
The War Below. That's a good film about them. Matthew says, got told off at the 1940s event as I had a kukri on my display and was explaining the graphic ways they were used. GM, nobody has mentioned the monkeys at Gibraltar. That's because they're not monkeys, they're apes.
Oh,
Barbary apes.
controversial.
Yes, Barbary apes.
Scandalous.
And not, for the record, the origin of the nickname Rock Apes for the RAF regiment.
No.
As many people believe, it's nothing to do with the apes of the rock. So
There you go.
I had a fight with a Barbary ape. It lost. I was taking a photo of one, and next minute one jumped on my rucksack and started trying to hit me on the head and stuff, so I grabbed all of it and threw it.
Over the cliff.
Yes. By mistake. So out of instinct, I grabbed hold of it and just launched it, and I went, and as I saw it going over the cliff, I was like, "Oh shit!"
He thought to
I
himself,
don't know.
why is it
know,
wearing
but
a Spanish police officer's uniform?
Does this sound to anyone else like the pleading of the defence at a trial? It's like this, sir, Your Honour. This Barbary ape crept up with me with nefarious intent. I rightly defended myself.
I just got a bit carried away. I went, "Oh shit!" And the sergeant looked at me and went, "You realise that's illegal, right?" And I went, "Yeah." I said, "I didn't mean to do it." And he went, "Bollocks to it. It's a fucking ape." Hobby Time says the new Airfix post seems sexist against men to be kept my mouth shut too long now. Yes, they're misandrist. Is the word you're looking for? Misandry is the opposite of misogyny, or rather, it's the female version of misogyny.
As soon as you said like, the hell with it, it's just an ape. I've just imagined like Jane Goodall appearing behind you like the Undertaker and just putting you through a table.
Oh. Yeah, but he would have thrown her over the cliff as well.
Out of instinct.
You're on a Jane Goodall scared me.
Oh.
Well, the thing is, we were tabbing up to the Princess Anne battery as well, because one of the things we had to do whilst we were there is we had to spend 3 days repainting the inside of the gun battery on the side of the cliff. So it was early in the morning. It was hot. We tabbed halfway up the bloody hill, and I was not in the mood. I was just having fun watching the the apes. And then one decided to give it a go. So I taught it a lesson.
Having a go.
Yeah, having a go. So I taught it a lesson.
It was having a go.
Yeah.
Oi,
Your Honour.
no.
That monkey, right, was a bloody geezer.
Yeah. It's tasty. He thought it was a bit tasty. I thought, no, you don't.
Oi,
He was just sitting there scratching his ass, right, taunting me.
Yeah.
And I thought, what? I'm going to take stick from a monkey. He thinks he's well hard, so I set him off the cliff.
I taught him how to fly. He failed the lesson. Adam says, hanky spanky for the Yankee. GM, John, the AK plastic dropper bottles, all the contents still sealed and turning solid.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
I've not had that problem.
So I think Shelfie mentioned that once. I could be wrong. It's been a while.
There you go. Okay. But all right. She needs shaking now and again. Adam was in his contract to always do a live action. It's likely going to be the same going forwards. Yeah. Adam says, good movie, The Rock. Yeah, it was. With Sean Connery. Matthew says, Mikey caused Planet of the Apes. Adam says, the spirit of the suffragettes appears like the angels from Doctor Who. Bob says, yay, A7V transmission fixed with minimal damage. Relief mode engaged.
Nice.
Yeah, I was thinking about like the suffragettes and stuff the other day. I was
Right.
like, because a lot of like, especially like the feminist stuff, like they go on about the suffragettes and how they fought for women's votes, and yeah, they did. But what they often forget to mention is that the vast majority of men didn't even have the votes till about 3 years before the women got it. The only reason the men got it is because it's sort of an agreement between the state and the populace for them to agree to go and fight in the First World War. It was sort of a reward. That's the only reason men got it, is because the men went off to fight in the First World War. And then a few years later, women got the vote in the UK. Yeah, it was a big thing for men as well. But it's often
all Garfield
overlooked.
Princip's fault.
Yeah. Women have to go and jump in front of horses. Men have to go and jump in front of cannons and rifle fire. Seems fair to me. Hobby Time says, I'm an old coal miner myself. When I started down the pit, the guy I worked with was a tunnel digger in World War One. Real interesting guy to talk to. Yeah. My granddad worked in the pit. He worked in Sutton Manor Colliery. And he worked in Bulawayo as well, in Africa. He was a fitter, though. Jim says, we knew the RAF ADGs as concrete guerrillas. Very few were seen as friendly, always good to back up when in a punch with the army clowns in Wagga pubs.
Wagga. Yeah,
Wagga.
ADGs or ADGs as we call them, as airfield defence guards, is our version of perimeter protection.
Yeah, they're basically special forces. Just ask them.
Yeah. So
the elite NAFI guard of the Australian Air Force.
Yeah. So true story. They had a bushmaster assigned to them at the base here, and they were under strict instructions. There was not to go off the tarmac because it's dangerous. You might get bogged. You know, ADGs.
So guess what they did?
Well, you know, the ADGs weren't the problem. It's that junior officer that they've got, isn't it? Like, you know. After, you know, junior officers are going through training, being told don't trust your troops. Like, yeah, of course it's going to end well.
That's probably the last thing they need to be told.
Anyway, I don't have to care anymore, do I?
Yeah. I think one of the first things they're told in Sandhurst is listen to your sergeants.
No, they literally told the opposite here. One of my good friends was a flight sergeant. She was she went over to do a talk to them on about you know, women and all that, women in the military and all that sort of stuff like that. And she questions, and she said, yeah, look, you know, is there any truth to the rumor that the sergeants will pull the wool over your eyes? And she said, what? Where'd you hear that? Oh yeah, that's what we're told on the first day. She's like, shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then they wonder why
They're
the
on
military's
the
thinking.
Yeah.
Anyway, as I said, I don't have to care.
Yeah.
And hello, Nari. I know you're not watching.
Adam says, okay, here's a dumb question. Jim says, Bobby, yay, success. Adam says, what animal would you have taken to support your role in the military? To be fair, probably an orangutan, because they're intelligent and they can use tools. And I was a vehicle mechanic. So that'd be quite handy.
He said to help you, not replace you.
Hobby Time
Excuse me,
says,
just got to give.
Hobby Time says, different type of life working underground. Everyone looked after everyone as your life could depend on it. Yeah, that's what my granddad said. It was really close community. Oh, he also worked at Point of Air as well, down the road from us. That's why I live here. Well, that's why I was born here, because my granddad got a job in the Point of Air colliery in North Wales. So that my nan and granddad moved down here, then mum and dad moved down here as well before I was born.
Oh, so another bit of explanation where the mention about Wagga by GM before.
Yes.
So the Army, Australian Army, do their enlisted recruit training at Kapuka, just outside Wagga. And the RAAF do their technical training post recruits
Hmm.
at Wagga and Forest Hill, the other side of the town, if you like, and they meet at pubs in the middle. And of course, Raffies don't particularly, but some of the army guys think they have something to prove, so they love punching on.
Yeah. The army runs mostly on caffeine, AIDS, and testosterone.
Well, that's a bit like, I mean, what can you say?
Yeah.
It's always going to happen because, the smarter ones are sort of like pushed towards the Navy and Air Force, technically. Yeah, I mean, away from infantry, you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, even we used to say that the infantry sign their name with the crown.
Mm.
So, yeah. Because one of my, the best man at my wedding, he was an infantry lad. And I used to say to him, when you signed up? He went, yeah. And I went, we have to do the aptitude test. And he went, yeah. He said, did you do the same as us? Or did you just have to get to the end of your name without eating the crown? I was like, fuck off, you bastard. He always used to get annoyed because we used to get paid more as well. Because we were technical.
So now I've got the song Sister Suffragette from Mary Poppins in my head as an earworm, so thank you very much. But at least, my ding-a-ling isn't, that's back again.
Columbus says, or Callum, they would get confused on which is the orangutan and which is Mikey. The orangutan's the ginger one.
Yeah. The orangutan will be eligible for promotion before Mikey is.
Yes. I used to deliberately sabotage my career. It was funny. I'd do things like on the weekend of my 21st birthday, I was supposed to go on a trade course so that I could finish my level 3 training and become a lance corporal. And instead of going on the training course, I decided to go on the piss for a weekend. So I spent most of the weekend in pubs and stuff. And didn't turn up to the training. Whoops.
Oh, what a pity.
Matthew says, oh my God, is there a place in Australia named after my family? Matthew's
yes. Wagga Wagga, the place so good they named it twice.
Adam says, oh, John, I watched a movie last night on the Battle of Long Tan. Holy hell, that is the very definition of danger close.
Yes. Yeah. It's well regarded. It's one of the biggest, most intense actions. It's like, it was. Yeah, I don't know how they survived. Yeah, good. Just the bravest men.
Yeah,
fighting for their laws. Yeah. So I don't disparage the army all the time. I just had to make that point about why fights break out in Wagga.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, but Tim hates everyone, so he just does it to everyone.
His
brothers, dad and my brother, and stuff like they're all army, so it's rivalry.
Yeah, when you go for family gathering, do they walk up to you and go, "Hey, sailor"?
No. Have you seen the size of Tim's head? No fucking way.
Yeah. You don't want one of these in the chops,
Tim's the bollard they fasten the ship to.
Oh, don't talk about bollards. Too soon.
GM says, Adam, we had a snow leopard as a mascot. Lovely, friendly, big cat would terrify strangers. Julian, Callum, the orangutan is the ginger, less hairy one. Ian says, Columbus, the orangutan is in charge. And Matthew says, salute the orangutan. Jem, often transporting you guys to Wagga from Edinburgh recruit training, an overnight stay, so visit the pubs. Yeah, army guys there.
Yeah.
Adam says, walking artillery within 50 meters of friendly troops without any line of sight and multiple busted radios and an entirely split 11 company. Yeah. Yeah. What's the one about those Irish troops in Africa? Gives a jag.
That looks like a scaled down version of that instrument cluster.
Well, not yet, but it will be, hopefully. But yeah, there are no decals in this kit or dirkles or stickers, so I need to dry brush it and whatnot. But yeah,
That's
I'm
it.
looking at this.
Jadoville. Siege of Jadoville. Sorry.
So this is obviously an original one, so it's in a museum. But you see the leather's very well worn out in the seat, and it is darker than the body panel. But it seems to have leather all the way around the interior. Because, it was a Bentley before it was a race car. So it makes sense. So yeah, I need to sort of go for sort of gack. Interesting, isn't it? So this is throwing a video. The little drippers here. These are oil, basically oil pressure, just a drip, and it has to be a certain amount of drips per minute, and they have taps on them. So the engineer sitting beside the driver here, his main job is to, adjust the tap on it to get the oil flow right. And his second job is to hit this thing. This is a score thing from a snooker table, apparently a pool hall, that you just hit the end and it'll just count up how many laps they've done at Le Mans. So, they just flogged it from a snooker table pool hall. Oh, that'll do.
Julian says, Mikey talking load of bollards again. Situation normal. Matthew says, Caesar Jadoville. Yeah. That was a hairy moment. The Irish infantry. Tracky says, gentlemen, how are we? Hello, Tracky. How are you doing, buddy?
Just peachy. Just peachy.
Adam says, effing great movie, especially since it involves mercs against an actual army. Yeah. Mercenaries.
Ah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a true story as well. Oh.
I still got Sister Suffragette in my head. Cast off the shackles of yesterday. That can't be called singing. Shoulder to shoulder into the fray. Okay, I'll shut up.
Keep up, Cynthia.
Our daughters will adore us. Oh, shut up, John. Shut up. As a singing grateful chorus.
It's great. Like Mickey Mouse is going to rock up at Mikey's and break his kneecaps.
Or, yeah.
Well, hey there, fella.
Hey.
I represent the Disney Corporation.
Right.
Yeah.
So what?
Busts his knees in backwards and starts going, hot dog. Hot dog.
That'd be funny. Like, Mickey Mouse, Pam Bondi, and a rock ape turn up on your doorstep and you go, oh no.
The rock ape's still wearing a Spanish policeman's uniform.
So, what are you doing here, rock ape? No habla inglés. Oh.
Hey, gringo.
He's not. The Mexicans aren't Spanish, right?
No, so the fact is, I don't know Portuguese.
You say this, right?
I don't know Portuguese. I don't know Spanish, and Mexican. I think certainly it's mainly Spanish here, but I don't know enough detail. Which is why when you were speaking Catalan a couple of weeks ago, that's why I flicked to Italian because I got no clue.
Yeah. But you say that, Tim. But when we were on holiday. When I was a kid, we were involved in a car crash, and I was wearing a bandana. And the policeman who came up to me, the Spanish policeman, he went, "Hey, gringo!" and looked at me and smiled. I was like, "Hi." Really big policeman with a pistol strapped to his hip.
Was this policeman also wearing a flannel top buttoned all the way up to the top, but had the lower buttons undone and was wearing jean pants halfway down his shins with his socks all the way up? Are you by any
chance stereotyping Mexicans now?
That's not stereotyping.
You do.
Cholo is a subculture, and by knowing that, I am paying homage.
You
For
sound like you do
example, I
well
know
in
how to
the,
say certain things like, "Hey, the higher the socks, the downer the fool."
you sound like you do well in the Outlaws motorcycle gang. Oh, sorry, motorcycle club. Because one of their core tenets is they hate all Mexicans.
Every Mexican I've ever met has been awesome.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Well, this is the thing. Other than films,
So
most people
both
in the
of them.
UK have no frame of reference for a Mexican.
Oh, you can just go across to Spain, basically the same.
Exactly.
No, not exactly.
But that's the point to us. It is because we've got no frame of reference for what's any different.
No, like Spanish is as varied as English is.
Yeah.
So from what I understand, Cubans, their Spanish is very much like Australian English.
Well, they'll go
And that,
all
like,
go,
Yeah.
G'day.
You know,
They'll go,
g'day, oh, yeah,
bingo.
nah. Actually, what is yes, no in Spanish? Any idea?
Sí.
See?
See, no.
And
Sí,
no.
no. It's sí, no, instead of yeah, nah.
With is con, without is sin.
So, yeah, no.
Beer is
Clearly,
cerveza.
We were on holiday in Mexico some years ago, and we went on a trip to Chichen Itza, the pyramidal
I
Aztec
love
structure.
that restaurant.
Yeah, it's very nice actually. They send their regards. And on the way back, we stopped in a town for some food, and the guy was it was a very interesting fellow. He's an academic, a historian, and he was talking about lots of different things. But so I was going to stop here and get some proper Mexican food. It's excellent. And we started eating all these other things, and he had this sauce that he was putting on a taco, and I said, "Oh, should I try some of that sauce?" And he said, "Senor, this will eat your face off." Okay, lovely. That sounds great. And then the driver, who's also met them, was chuckling away. So he kept going, "No, give him." They were brilliant. They were really good people.
Awesome.
Really interesting, really fun people, and incredibly learned about the history of the whole Chichen Itza thing. It was really, really, really interesting.
Yeah.
But he was just so funny.
Slightly
You get
different
each
in a different part of the world. Like, we were eating in a restaurant in Penang, Malaysia.
Oh,
and
nice.
chopsticks and all that sort of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the owner of the business comes over and puts his hand on my shoulder and hands me a knife and fork. And I said, "No, I'm fine with the chopsticks." He said, "Oh, sir, you are bad for business." Because we were sitting outside, on the street.
GM says, worked for the guy from Portugal. He didn't speak the Spanish I knew. Near impossible to understand. That's probably because he spoke Portuguese.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I think most of South America is Spanish bar Brazil, which is Portuguese.
Yeah. Different languages. Matthew says, yeah, Australians are all convicts and not allowed any forms of weaponry. When Timmy's ship fired its main gun, a flag came out of the barrel with bang written on it.
Okay. All right. So this is where I tell my true story. That when we started deploying to the Middle East with the Hercs, this is, the Iraq War and Afghan and blah, blah. We would take in our, NBCD gear because we didn't know what was going to happen next, and whether Saddam was actually going to fling stuff over, towards us and stuff like that. After a couple of tours, the threat sort of went away, so we were instructed to not take it anymore. Go forward to my third tour, and there was a legitimate threat from Iran lobbing missiles over to the American base in Qatar, which is literally what they've been doing for the last, say, 4 or 5 months, and leveling that. So well done. But, so the Americans they weren't playing games, of course. They're in a war zone. So every time we're doing drills, the base-wide, the big voice would come on. We go into the bomb pits. none of us, like the Australians, didn't have any NBC gear in the country. Like they didn't have any at all. So we were issued with little laminated cards. So the first sergeants would go around and do inspections of the bomb pits, make sure everyone's sort of suited up and doing everything right and all that. And we're there in shorts and t-shirts, and everybody else is wearing that NBCD gear.
Noddy suits.
In like 46-degree temperatures, and just hating us because all you could see is the eyes, and they're just like looking at us. And we had these cards that we'd hand the first sergeants. This member is nominally issued with the following equipment. It would list S10 respirator and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And obviously, it was pathetic. That if they did lob stuff over, that we wouldn't have had any protection at all.
Yeah.
But
we had
that's
to
sort
take
of
ours. Yeah, we had to take ours with us, but it just stayed at the bottom of the Bergen for this.
Exactly right. It's just, well, let's face it, we're all glad that they didn't, use that gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to really struggle with chopping onions and stuff, so I used to put my S10 on. Whilst I was doing it. It was brilliant for that.
The NBC stuff on ships is really cool, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because like you go in a castle, so like everything gets locked down, so the ship's airtight and then positive vented. So it's really, really cool, like opening a door to the outside, because like I'm a big dude, right? And I had to like against the door to get the door open.
Yeah. If it's positive, it flings.
Sorry, no, that's having to get in. Having to get in. Yeah, because we'd still have to do rounds. So you go from like the emergency diesel and stuff, which is open to the outside.
Yeah.
And then getting back into the stairwell was a bloody chore, and more than one person had to like talk on the radio and be like, "I can't open the door." But we like had like throughout the ship, I think there's like 6 like NBC washdown stations and stuff where it's like normally used for just storage of stuff, but it's like a shower room, like a like scrub you down room, and then like another interim room, and then an airlock. So there are a whole bunch of those stations and stuff, which is pretty cool. But if you've ever heard a like a NBC alarm on a ship, it's eerie. It's like just a single like note that just goes.
My dad's been a welder for most of his life, and he's worked on one site in Scotland.
Should be good at it then. He's still doing the same job, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be better by now.
He was working on a site in Scotland, and they were doing the site safety brief and everything, and one of them said, "Where's the decom showers?" And he went, "You won't need them." And I went, "Why?" He said, "Because the first thing you'll know if there's a leak is you will smell almonds, and if you smell almonds, you're already dead. So there's no point." He said, so we haven't bothered putting showers in.
That's pretty awful stuff.
Yeah.
Again, I was reading about that, the Aussies getting Mephisto, the A7V, out of where it was. So as they were skull dragging that across the field, the battlefield, back to the behind the lines, they came under attack by mustard gas and all that sort of stuff by the Germans. So they were wearing all their sort of respirators and full as earth and all that sort of stuff. So it's awful. I just don't know.
Block bang rub. Block bang rub.
Yeah, it was bloody good that the Second World War didn't start off with that sort of crap, because it wouldn't have stopped either.
No.
So these chaps dragged the tank across open ground.
With either like a
broken ground.
Yeah. It was used.
See,
so it broke down. It fell
if-
into a ditch, and they couldn't get it out the ditch of like a shell.
Right. Yeah.
Oh no, it was parked, and then a shell hole opened in front of it, and it tipped into it.
Okay. Okay.
because clearly I think the British were aiming for it and then just landed in front of it. So they couldn't get it out of the ditch. The Australians said, "Oh, we want that," because both sides, it was hard-fought ground, and both sides, the Germans and the Australians, were using it as an observation post on occasion. And after a certain amount of time, the Aussie battalion there, I think 26 AIF, basically decided, yeah, we want that, and they dragged it back as a war prize. And yeah.
No, see, the British do that to relieve the siege of Ladysmith, and you end up with a field gun competition. See, no imagination over there.
No.
You know, drag this tank across here, across this imaginary bottomless pit on a string. You know, you could have done all of that.
I don't know why you're surprised that the people that you exiled for thievery were thieving.
Stole the tank.
Well, yeah.
They're probably wearing balaclavas and all sorts.
Yes. Where's that tank gone? The Australians have stolen it, sir. Reverting to type. Carry on. I can imagine the conversation. I can imagine it. Those enlightened days. Jesus.
All right. This is definitely looking more.
Julie says, I remember Kenny Everett's skit on The Man with No Name. Trotted up on his horse, got off, rolled the rugs down the side, and said, "Want to buy a blanket?" Matthew, be careful. Some of us were fully imported, not sent.
Yeah.
Gem, time in Bolivia, their Spanish was something else again. Yeah. Gem, peel onions in a bowl of water, no more sore eyes. Sure, it doesn't bother me anymore. It's weird. Matthew says Winston Churchill is quoted that if Germany had used poison gas anywhere in World War II, he would have ordered Berlin to be bombed by poison gas. Yeah. Well, one of the main factories for British poison gas and storage was at I think it's Munavisa, up the road from here. It's also where the Manhattan Project started.
Do you mind if I just read out this much, Mikey? It's about the tank and the recovery of...
Yep, just let me read this comment. Callum says, didn't the Brits try to take the tank off the Aussies after they dragged it back and they told them to bugger off its hours? There we go. It was relevant.
Right. So what this is saying, this is decal set for the A7V. A7V, yeah, no. What it's saying is, following the capture, Mephisto was transported to the 5th Tank Brigade demonstration ground at Vayen Armenoir, I guess.
Transported, that's right.
Amiens. And during its stay there, it was decorated with soldier art, paintings of a British line with a paw in the A7V, and many soldiers' names, details of the capture, recovery, the colour patch of the 26th Battalion, and the Rising Sun badge of the Australian Imperial Force, AIF. The words "Tank Boys" and the names of 13 soldiers, mainly from the other Australian units, were hammered into the front with like a chisel, I'd say, or something like that. Well, you know, it pins dots, so it's probably a hole punch or something. Anyway, from Vayen Armenoir, Mephisto is railed to the Tank Corps Gunnery School at Merlimont and then shipped to from Dunkirk to London. Proposals for it to be displayed as a war trophy in Australia were raised, and on the 2nd of April 1919, it was loaded onto the SS Armagh at Tilbury. The ship was supposed to deliver it to Sydney with plans for it to go to the War Memorial in Canberra's display, but it was diverted to Brisbane, arriving in June. Now, it doesn't mention that, but the reason for that was the government were Labor. They had all the unions and all the wharfies on their side, and they basically stole it. So good on you, Queensland, because it was a Queensland regiment that did all this. So so the unions were behind the soldiers, so that happened. Right. Diverted to Brisbane. In June 1919, at Norman Wharf, 2 steam traction engines moved it from the ship to the Queensland Museum, dragging it on its tracks. A7V Schnook, which is the one that comes in the Menkit that we've got, the decals for that one, had been knocked out by a friendly or German fire incident near Fremicourt on August 1918. It was captured by elements of the New Zealand Division and taken to Britain as a war prize. Nook was displayed in Horse Guards Parade in 1918-1919. In 1919, was given to the Imperial War Museum and scrapped 3 years later. But the main gun and its mount were retained, and today they form part of the Imperial War Museum's collection in London. So that's a bit short-sighted by the British. Oh well.
Yes.
Again, reverting to type.
Yes. Julian says, technically all Australians were originally immigrants. The difference is that some weren't voluntary.
No, well, there's people that were here 60,000 years before that would disagree with you, but I get your point.
The question is, how did they get there?
Yeah, well, geography changes over thousands of years.
Yeah.
Land bridge
Yeah,
from the Philippine area, I think,
that's right.
from memory.
60,000 years is a bloody long time. Mind you, every time they mention it, they put another 5,000 years on it. So,
Well, yeah.
But good on them. Yes, they were here first. So, okay, this is replicating a asbestos blanket, if you like, over the bit of the exhaust pipe there. So, what do you reckon? An off-white or an
lagging?
ivory?
Lagging.
Yeah.
Say off-white.
Off-white.
Off-white? Right.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's not
grime rubbed into it in little places.
Yeah.
It's me off-white.
Yeah, if there's been rain and stuff, it'll be like it would have started off as like
It starts off as almost white and then
that's too creamy.
Actually, no, the aged white won't be too bad.
Well, because lacking just gets painted normally.
Yeah.
Like so you can't really go wrong with any sort of like real light cream, and then if you want to make it look grimy or whatever, just put like a brown wash over it.
Yeah. We've got 2.5 minutes left. We've 27 people watching and 12 likes. So, let's get the outro up, haven't I?
All right, let me paint this bit.
It's gone really quick today.
Oh, it always does when you're sort of eyes down.
Yeah.
It's been good. I've enjoyed the conversation with everybody in the chat today. Thank you.
Yeah. It's been fun. I think we've pretty much managed to insult most of the world today.
Yes. And if there's a country we haven't mentioned, give us a couple of minutes. We'll get around to you.
Again, Britain reverting to type.
Yes.
That'll do.
We do not apologise.
So once this exhaust pipe goes on, which would be sort of soonish, then half of the tray of this car gets covered over by a fairing, whichever way around it goes. That way, yeah.
And I've done all the exhaust and drive shafts and things like that for this fire truck. So next time I'll be starting on the bodywork. Or putting the wheels on and starting on the bodywork. Yay. Matthew says, we have a flag, you do not, Eddie Izzard. Very good.
Yeah. So got the cockpit all mounted in. So made those seat belts in the first half. Pretty happy with those.
Oh, you'd want to be. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, seat belts are on and in. The tub is in and glued, and the wing assembly is on.
It really is a shame, Tim, that you don't have the time to do a YouTube channel, because you would do some cracking videos.
Absolutely.
Some videos
I would have broken that pedo probe off 3 times by now.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm getting much better at not breaking things off.
I still do that.
I did it earlier today when I was working on the Zero and on the clear parts on the gun sight.
Yeah.
I guess when I picked it up or I knocked it or whatever, and one of those 2 pieces was gone, and so I had to cut a new one out.
Oh yeah. That's a
Yeah.
colour mixed up for the seats, how it turned out. So it's a little bit
looks
lighter
nice.
than the Brunswick green. It should be
That
nice.
kind of looks like House of Commons seat colour.
Yeah. Well, that's sort of what I'm going for.
Hmm.
I think you'll find it's the Australian House of Representatives. Thank you very much, racist bastard. But yeah, like that's sort of what I was going for. So
I did say common.
Yeah.
Haha.
Yeah, we call ours a House of Reps because they actually represent us.
Yeah. Right. And on that note, we're at the 2-hour mark. So thank you for joining us all again. It's been a fun week this week. We've enjoyed the conversations. We've done some good building. Hopefully we've kept you entertained. If you have, don't forget to lube and subscribe. Check out Gary's channel, who's going to be having more videos. Next week, we've got your live stream as well, haven't we, Gary? Next
Oh,
Tuesday.
yes, we have on Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah. So do make sure you go and check that out. Check out John, who's no doubt going live at some point in the next few days.
I should.
You should, yes.
I've been really slack. Look, I've got so many things that I've finished, haven't made videos for.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably 6 months or more.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But he has got plenty of content on there if you haven't seen it before, so do go check it out. So until Monday, when we're back with the Monday panel, 12 till 2 UK time, it's goodbye from us and Hulval for now.
And count bin
Bye.
face. Vote early, vote often.